May profits be upon you. We are going to go over the pound USD trade that I was talking about earlier this morning before the New York session started, just before that I posted that video. And it refers to the video analysis that I put out for the week, which was, I posted that on Saturday. I'm going to leave a link for both of these videos in the comment, no, in the description. Okay. Now, this was the original analysis. I talk about the break of structure to the downside here and this corrected pullback into this zone of supply. And I've been watching this thing. Okay, the guy's got to come and blow the leaves right now while I'm recording. That's just awesome. That's just freaking awesome. Hold on a sec. That is perfect timing. Anyway, so I left this little mark here saying that I'm looking for price to turn around here. All right. And price did come up to our POI. I gave an update on this in the community section, right? And price did drop down to this area here. Now, let's go down to the 15-minute real quick. All right. This morning, just before New York session started, all right, I said we had a drop from here. You should have been in this trade by now, right now. You should have been in this trade, right? Why? Why? Because price gave you a number of areas, a number of entries, but we won't go over that right now. What I want you to see is what my entry model is. We had a, come on, man. We had a push up, a pullback, a higher high. And what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for this to get broken. Well, it took its time. It finally broke that. Now, I'm not in the trade yet. I'm looking for a confirmation entry. I'm waiting for price to break this low, which it did here, and come back up. Come back up to the originating impulse in order block. All right. I'm looking for price to come back to supply that is responsible for breaking this demand here. This is demand. All right. I'm looking for price to come back and retest that originating zone of supply, right? That's what I was talking about. All right. And with the magic of the replay function on TradingView, this is where I left you. All right. And I was hoping that price would find this demand here and start pushing up. It did find this demand, and I took scalps all the way up as it was climbing, but that's outside the scope of this video. All right. Let's go over. Let's add some candlesticks here, 15-minute candlesticks. What am I waiting for? I'm waiting for price to come on up here. I'm waiting for price to come up here as soon as it comes into contact with my zone here. All right. Remember, this zone, I need you to remember, this zone is a daily zone with a 4-hour inside of it. All right, embedded in this. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the 15-minute zone in here with a 5-minute to 1 minute zone within that. All right. And I found that zone here. All right. Now look, let's go down to the 5-minute. What I showed you earlier in the video was I'm waiting for price to come up here, right to this one right here. I just want to make sure you see it. Boom, boom. All right. Can you see it? Boom, boom. I was looking for that. I was looking for price to come up into that. However, what I should have been doing is as soon as price, well, I'll go over right now. Price comes up. Let's add some candles. Price shoots. Boom. I'm making money right now. I'm making money. So when price climbed up here, came into contact with the daily zone, I went down to the 1 minute. And then I saw something over to the left. There's another zone before the bigger zone, the bigger 5-minute zone. There's another zone here. Let's do a close-up on this right here. This zone right here. I want to make sure you see the zone. Come on, man. Why you do that? See the zone? Look at the way I marked it. It's a good zone. Good. The buying before the aggressive sell-off left an imbalance, and there's plenty of juice left as price tries to trade back into it, but lightly mitigates it. So I'm thinking that price comes back up into the imbalance and then comes back down. It also, the bottom of it aligns with the daily supply. This is a valid zone. All right. This is a valid zone. And that should have been the one I took my tap and go, is what I described. I said, I'm looking for a tap and go here. You would have been justified. You would have been justified in setting a pending that looked like this. Stop loss above the order block in which you enter. Tap and go. As soon as it hits the order block, this would have been your entry. All right. And I frequently take these entries, but I was looking for a confirmation. I was looking for a confirmation of the confirmation. I wanted to be extra careful with this trade and that's me being overcautious. I'm telling you, the entry was here. All right. The optimal entry was here. A tap and go. But if you're looking for a confirmation entry on this, all right, you see how price pulled up? This is the 1 minute now. You see how price pulled up, right? I'm looking at all this. As soon as price does this, as soon as it breaks that high, I'm looking at this 2 candle pullback as a justifiable pullback, right? You know, a structure point on the 1 minute. If price breaks this low, as soon as it breaks this low, I'm looking up here for price to come back and get me in this trade as a return to impulse. You understand? Let's advance price. Oh, let me get rid of that first. There you go. All right, let's advance price. Price comes down. We take that low. I'm looking up here. I already have it marked. And I'm ready. I'm ready as soon as price gets here. Why is my entry down here? I missed the entry. All right, I was a little distracted at the time, and I got in a little late. You know, just being straight up with you. That's what happened. I was a little distracted, and I was real mad when price got up here, and I was like, "Oh dang!" All right, but look at how price comes down here. It's demonstrating that it wants to go down lower. All right, it's breaking these short-term lows, and I'm like, okay, if price comes down here, I'm going to scalp it up, back up to this area. All right, I'm looking at it. You know, and you know, I did scalp it up. That's beyond the scope of this trade, but I'm really looking for the high probability shorts. Okay, price comes down, hits that POI, it takes out the liquidity, here. All right, and starts to move on up. Come on, man. There you go. As soon as it's coming up here, I'm like, I should have been waiting here. Anybody in their right mind and anybody who follows my videos would have been waiting there. This is the entry model. A push higher, a pullback, and a higher high, a break above that, below that pullback low, and a return to impulse trade right here. That is my entry model. You know it. Everybody knows. Should have been here. All right. I got when it was here, I was like, oh no, right? I finally got back on the chart. So when it did this, that's when I got in. All right. And it pulled back on me. I'm telling you, as soon as it broke this area here, I was in this trade. And I was like, but I looked at the respect of the high here. So I said, you know, I'll be all right. I'll just keep my stop loss up here. Normally, my stop loss would have been here. But because I got in late and I figured that it may come back up, you know, I put my stop loss here as if I entered here. I just got in late. That's all it is. Anyway, so that was the entry model. That was the entry. This is the better entry, of course. This is the better entry. I was looking for a tap and go, and this is one I was looking for. I was made hesitant because I already had profits for the day. I don't like being too greedy. All right, so I looked for a confirmation. It did give me the confirmation. This was your entry. This was your entry. And we'll just let price play out. Oh yeah, as far as the TP goes, what did I pick the TP for? Well, I picked the TP for a 1 to 4. I just wanted a 1 to 4 risk to reward, right? And I said if price pulls back well enough and shows that it still wants to go down, I'm going to get a scale in. That's what happened here. All right, I missed a better scale in here, but this was a justifiable scaling for me, and I was aiming for these lows. The 1 to 4, just skip this scaling. That's a whole different situation that I would talk to you about in another video. All right, but I'm aiming for these lows here. That's what I want. Not these lows, not these lows. I'm looking for these lows because this is part of the pullback. So I'm thinking at the very least, price will take me back to the point of which the pullback started. This is the correction. That's all. All right. And I'm looking for price to come down further. I'm actually looking for more bearishness in this market. You know, so let's advance price. We're on the 1 minute. Yes, we are. And we can see this was the pullback, came into the imbalanced area here. And I was like, oh man, I should have took that. I saw this double bottom here, and I thought to myself, there may be a chance that price goes up here. I want to see some respect to that high. All right, and this is the way it played out. So now I'm looking for an entry, a justifiable entry for a scaling. But again, that's beyond the scope of this. Once price, I'll go over, you know, if you ask in a video, if you requested, do smash the like button, by the way. I'll go over with you my trade management on these kind of trades. This was not a scalp for me. Scalps, I manage my management of each trade is pretty intense. With this, you know, I was looking for price to hit this, hit the TP. And once it came back up here to these double bottoms here, all right, I'm looking at price as, I'm looking here as the beginning of a breaker, right? A breaker area where price would respect this low, respect this imbalance, and not take out that high. So I thought to once price shows respect here, and then I'm going to take a scale in. And I took the scale in here because I should have got in here. Don't ask me why, but I'm not going over all of that. Anyway, it went down pretty well. Once it went to 1 to 3, I took most of the trade out. This one hit TP at 1 to 4. Congratulations. And then this one hit 3R. And I took most of my trade out. Once it broke up this way, I took most of my trade out and left the runner, and the runner ran back to break even. There. So that was how this went down. All right, when the 4 plus a 3R here, that's a 7R day. All right, and that's enough to get it all done, no matter what I want to get done with my life. All right. Now, if you learned something here, do smash the like button. If you like my video, just know that there's plenty more to see. Subscribe and hit the bell notification, the bell icon, so that you can be notified of my updates. I always give updates and people miss them. Just like my guy just asked me, what's his name? DW. Oh, if I can remember this guy's name. He's a subscriber, and he asked me, is the trade still good if it didn't reach the 5-minute zone that I had marked out here? This is the one you should, the trade is not still good tomorrow. The trade is done. All right. And this was your entry on this one. When it pulled down this way, you had to have the wherewithal to get in on the second pullback. You had to. All right. But this trade is done. All right. It hit its mark. I did not mention this 1 minute, 2 minute zone here. All right. But I did mention, you know, I did show that it did reach into the daily zone here. It did reach into the daily zone. So, you know, you had to look for bearish price action, and that's what I keep talking about. When it hits the POI, I look for bearish price action. In this case, I was looking for a tap and go. All right. That already indicates that there's going to be some bearish price action, well expected. Okay. So, you know, if I remember the guys, if I remember DWM Entertainment, I believe. All right. So don't look for this trade tomorrow. All right. Look for new updates and new trade setups. Okay. But understand what the structure is telling you so that you can get in case you get a near miss. You get a near miss here. All right. You'll be able to catch. You can still be able to catch the trade. You can still catch a proper and valid entry. All right. I hope you caught that from this video. I'm going to leave the 2 preceding videos about this GU setup. I'm going to leave those in the description. All right. And I'm going to also put it in the comment section. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.